The 2022 NBA season has officially come to a close, which means two things. One is that it's finally playoff time, aka the best time of the year for basketball fans, and two is that the awards races are officially over and all of the data needed to examine your selections is complete. The latter is what we'll be focusing on for today's video, as we will be going through each of the major NBA awards, and I'll be making my selections for who I believe should be the winner for each one. The awards included today will be the Most Improved Player, the Sixth Man of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, the Defensive Player of the Year, and of course the MVP. And along with picking a winner, I'll also be acknowledging two runner-ups for each category that deserve recognition for their efforts as well, despite coming up short. Before we start though, I want to thank PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. PrizePicks is the perfect service for all of us basketball fans here because when you're involved, it makes watching games every night so much more fun and engaging. Basically, it's an application that provides you with lines on all kinds of individual player props, such as points, rebounds, assists, three-pointers made amongst others, and you simply have to choose whether you believe they will record over the set amount in the line or under the set amount in the line. Make your selections, wager however much you want to, and if your picks hit, you can win some big money. For some picks that I'm looking at making for the first playoff games, I'm thinking of going with their special offer of Joel Embiid over 0.5 points, which will be there for a limited time, Tobias Harris to make over 1.5 threes, and CJ McCollum to make over 25.5 points in the play-in game. If this sounds at all intriguing to you, then go use the link down in the description of the video to sign up today and use promo code REFERENCE to receive a 100% deposit match bonus up to $100. Once again, thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the topic at hand. Starting things off with the Most Improved Player award, the player that I believe has improved the most this season is DeJounte Murray of the San Antonio Spurs. The Most Improved Player race is easily the awards race with the most worthy candidates in the running, so narrowing it down to just one pick and even trying to select only two runner-ups for this one was incredibly difficult, but DeJounte is who I truly believe improved the most this season from the past, and I'll tell you why. For starters, I know Ja Morant is the heavy favorite to win this award, but I just don't agree with that at all, because the award isn't supposed to be about who the best player is that happened to improve, it's about which player showed the most improvement overall from year to year, and while Morant is easily the best player in the running for this award this season, he was already really damn good last year, so to say that he improved more than some of these other guys just doesn't sit right with me. DeJounte Murray was an average at best point guard last season who excelled defensively but was very inconsistent offensively, and this season he became a near triple-double threat, averaging 22 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds per game, improving upon every box score average and shooting percentage across the board. He's now both a premier playmaker and lockdown defender, and while the Spurs were supposed to be rebuilding, he led them to the play-in tournament, which is an incredible feat in and of itself. Now, as for the runner-ups, I have Miles Bridges and Jordan Poole just behind him, as they both erupted this year after mediocre careers beforehand. Bridges wasn't even a consistent starter through his first 3 years in the league before emerging to a 20-point scorer this year, and Poole struggled mightily with efficiency off the bench before erupting into one of the most dangerous secondary scorers in the league this season, so they both deserve recognition for their improvements for sure. Next up is the Sixth Man of the Year, and the selection here is Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat. This is the award that definitely has the most obvious winner, as Tyler Hero has been in a tier of his own when it comes to players that come off the bench and perform. Hero averages about 21 points per game off the bench while shooting 45% from the field and 40% from three. He's instrumental to the Heat in closing games down the stretch because he's probably their best shot creator, and when he subs in, he gives them an immediate spark of offense that at times can be desperately needed. The runner-ups for this award are Kevin Love and Kelly Oubre. Love is the only player with an alternative case for this award, if we're being honest, because he's done sensationally in the role that he's in on this young Cavaliers team that has overachieved all season long. When he comes in, he rebounds the ball at the same high rate that he always has, despite doing so in fewer minutes. He's shooting 39% from 3, spacing the floor well for his playmakers like Darius Garland, and when they need a bucket, he's still been a reliable post scorer down low. As for Kelly Oubre, he was just a solid scorer for the fast-paced Hornets team this year, putting up about 15 points per game off the bench for them. It's not enough to make a legitimate case to win the award, but it is enough to get some recognition as the third-place candidate. The next award is the Rookie of the Year award, and my pick here is Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers. At one point, Mobley was the clear favorite here, but by the end of the year I would be lying if I didn't think long and hard before picking him for this spot. Mobley just so happened to be the rookie who produced at a strong rate from the jump, which is ultimately what will give him the edge, because the entire season is what's taken into account, because by the end of the year, there were definitely other rookies that matched him or were outperforming him, but their struggles early on hurt their case to win the award. Mobley will put up a consistent 15 points and 8 rebounds per game as he's done all season long, and defensively, he's proving to be one of the most versatile big men on that end in the league already, so that two-way impact is more than deserving of the nod here. The runner-ups at this award, though, are both really close behind him, and they are Scotty Barnes and Cade Cunningham. Barnes is a player that has shown every bit of potential to become a steady member of the all-defense team in the future because of his pesky length and his ability to defend multiple positions while scoring about 15 points per game, and if his jumper continues to improve at the rate that it has been, then he will be a legitimate nightmare out on the court at his peak. Cade Cunningham was the #1 pick in the draft, and over time got better and better as the season went on. He led the rookie class in scoring, while also dishing out the second most assists, and grabbing the 4th most rebounds amongst rookies, so he did a little bit of everything, while getting more efficient as the season progressed. Next up is the Defensive Player of the Year award, and my pick here is Mikal Bridges of the Phoenix Suns. This award has been so heavily skewed towards centers for so long that perimeter defense has become criminally underrated, but this is the year that the best perimeter defenders should be getting their flowers that they deserve, and Bridges has been the best perimeter defender in the league this season. Everything you want from a perimeter defender, Bridges gives you, as someone with the length and agility to pester opposing ball handlers. He gets a ton of deflections, he fights through screens so well and recovers to provide strong help off the ball, and he's always in charge of defending the other team's best perimeter player, on a Suns team that ranks in the top 3 of the league defensively. As for the runner-ups here, we have Marcus Smart and Bam Adebayo. These two both also have incredibly strong cases to be made that they deserve the award this year, and the decision here was not easy. The Celtics have the #1 team defense, and Smart, like Bridges, defends the opposing team's best perimeter player at an elite level. Adebayo, meanwhile, anchors a top 5 defense while providing so much more than just rim protection, as he can switch out and defend the perimeter better than any big in the league today. The thing that holds him back, though, is that he's played fewer games than the other candidates. And finally, the last award up is the biggest one, being the MVP, and my pick here is Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Embiid had a historic season this year, and I know the voting is going to be in favor of Nikola Jokic, but that doesn't mean that I have to agree with it. Joel Embiid was the first center to win the scoring title since Shaquille O'Neal. He was the first center to average over 30 points in a season since 1982, and while being a dominant scorer, he provided his typical outstanding rim protection on defense that could very well land him on an all-defense team for the 4th time in his career this year. He played a majority of his season with his best teammate refusing to play for the team, and kept them afloat near the top of the standings the entire time. He led the NBA in 40-point games this year, and he did it all while facing the 2nd most double teams in the league. The runner-ups here are obviously Nikola Jokic and Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I don't have a problem with any of you favoring one of those two for the award this season, because they both also had unbelievable seasons, but it very much does come down to preference, and this is where I stand on the matter at the end of the year. And with that being said, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below who you would pick for each of these awards. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.